I made this funnel in hopes that there would be an Easter event this year and everyone would need something to do with their Easter egg cannon. However, since there was no Easter event, I made a replacement for the egg. This video will show you how to make a perfect giant funnel, even one larger than this one, and how to put yourself inside a soccer ball and roll around in it. If that sounds even remotely interesting, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for a lot more Build-A-Boat stuff. Let's start with the soccer ball because that's pretty fun by itself and it can lead to other inventions. After placing the soccer ball, move it up in the air a bit, then turn its collision off. Since the hinge is the only block that I'm aware of that will reliably stick to the soccer ball, we'll use that piece to secure a connection like so. Place one on each side for weight balance, then place a piece of plastic on one of them and scale it over to the other side like this. The soccer ball has a diameter of 5 studs, so a scaling of 6.5 followed by 2.5 on this side allows it to look like this. With the hinges stuck to the ball and the plastic stuck to the hinges, it's easy to see what the next step is. You move the plastic out and add a chair. Then move the plastic and the chair back in by the same amount. Make the whole thing collision off, then save and reload. Jump into the chair, select only the ball with the Properties tool and turn its collision back on. Now select all and unanchor. You can either be the ball in a soccer match or build that same mechanism on top of a giant funnel and go for a ride. In this version, I added a portal-based ball return with a few ramps that have a very slight tilt to give the ball some direction. Sometimes the portals work like a champ and the ball and your avatar teleport at the same time, allowing continuous operation. However, much of the time, there will be an interesting delay as the ball portals first and your avatar must find its way back to the ball through another path. I've used this sort of disconnected hinge trick before to make it snow white neon blocks in my Christmas house build, but hadn't spent much time portaling myself like this before. Sometimes the path the avatar takes is just as entertaining as the funnel itself. Now let's get to the funnel tutorial. This is a new funnel design which is a bit larger and less material hungry than the other two I've just shown. But I've got it all measured out for you so you'll be able to build a perfect funnel by following along exactly. Ensure that you have about 1400 of whatever material you'd like to use. First, place a block and scale it out to 7 studs. This is the inside radius of the small end of the funnel. Place a second block, like so, and scale it down to 0.1 thick, and make it 9 studs long. Now, clone it up by 4.49, rotate it by 5 degrees, then move it up by 4.5 studs. Now, just repeat those steps over and over until it flattens off at the top. It's kind of an annoyingly long process, so how about a little fast forwarding? There we go. Now I did a bunch of other steps to find the exact values to scale by. Since I've already got those numbers figured out, here they are. As you can see, the bottom pieces need to be shrunken by these amounts and the top pieces must be enlarged. When finished, you should have something that looks exactly like this. Wide at the top, narrow at the bottom, everything nicely centered. Now select the whole thing with the trowel tool, reference the bottom piece, and mirror it over like so. At this point, I find it simpler to remove the extra centerpiece and lengthen the other for an overall length of 14. Now this is the diameter of the hole at the bottom, which is plenty big for a soccer ball and should allow it to spin around really fast at the end. Clone the whole thing up into the air by 100 studs or so. Then reference that piece again and move it back down. Without letting go of your selection, rotate it by 5 degrees. Now with that same group of blocks still selected, repeat that step one more time so that you have 3 of these. With those 3 at 5 degrees each, now it's kind of like making a 15-degree wheel. Select the whole thing, clone, move, rotate by 15 degrees, then select the result of that and do it again. Then again. This time, before you let go of that selection, clone it one more time, move, rotate, and you're done. I hope you found that interesting. If you decide to build one for yourself, good luck. I hope it goes just as smoothly as I showed, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.